Welcome all. This is the hands-on session for list programming in Python, right? This is actually the continuation of the theory session we had in the last video. Here, as we discussed, we are going to see the list data structure of Python with hands-on examples and all the methods and functions available in list will be learned experientially, right? So we will go on to our Python IDE, the idle compiler, which I actually explained in the previous videos. All our hands-ons will be going in the idle compiler. Yes, here comes my compiler, and I need to go with list programming, right? So before going for list programming, the main thing what I need to have here is I need to know how to create a list. Yes, I know how to create it. L1, maybe the list one, or I can have it clearly as list one as my list name. And I create a list. I know that list is actually a sequence of any data type items. I can have data items of any data type separated by commas and enclosed with square brackets. I'll have the items here. For example, I'll have 1 comma 2 comma 3. Yes, I click enter. I got my list. If I want to visualize it, I just say list 1 or print list 1. I will know that my list is appearing here. I'm having 1, 2, 3 separated by commas and then enclosed in square brackets. Similarly, I can create a list with multiple data type items, right? For example, if I have one here, next coming with apple, next going with a floating point number 1.3, right? I'm having a different data type. First is actually an integer, second is actually a string, and third is actually a floating point data type. So as per definition, it can have data items of any type separated by commas and enclosed in square brackets. Yes, now list one is different. I would have named this list 2 also, but list 1 is now updated. So list 1 is going to be my new list with 1 apple and 1.3. This is how you create a list. And if I need to access the list items, how will I do my access? My access will go with the name of the list, which is list 1, followed by the square bracket index. We know that the index of any data structure in Python starts from 0. So this is 0th index, first index, and second index. If I say list 1 of 0, I'll get 1. Then you can predict what will be list 1 of 1. List 1 of 1 will be apple. List 1 of 2 will give me 1.3, right? This is actually how you access the list elements, right? This is actually with respect to accessing list elements. I can also do accessing with range operations also. Let me have another list 2, which will have a large amount of elements, say like this, or I can have a double digit number to avoid any ambiguities. So this is going to be my new list, that is list 2, right? Now I'm going to access it using ranges. I know that 10 corresponds to index 0, 11 corresponds to index 1, 12 is index 3, and so on. It goes on from 0 to n minus 1. I know how to access it individually. But now here I need to access it with groups, that is in ranges. I need to access elements in the range from index 1 to index 5. I know that the range will start from start index 1 and go till end index minus 1. If I specify 5, I know that this is 0th index, first index, second index, third index, fourth, and fifth, right? So this fifth index will not be taken into consideration. Only I'll go on with the first to fourth index. Why? Because the end index will not be taken into consideration. That is, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the final thing is n minus 1, that is 6, So if I say range of 1 colon 5, which that is stride operator colon, right? I will take 1, I will take 12, I'll take 13, I will take 14, but the fifth one, the end index will not be considered, right? Shall we execute this, right? You go and execute this. Yes, I got it. 11, 12, 13, and 14. This is how I do my range based access, right? Similarly, I can also go with negative indexing in my list. What if I mean in -1, that is going from right to left? So by -1, I say that my elements are accessed in reverse order, where I will get 16 in the -1 position. This is -2 position. This is -3 and so on, right? So this is -3. This is -4. So it will be go on in the increments of 1. That's what I actually taking place here. Especially the thing is again a reverse order, right? Right to left. This is -7. So if I say list of -1, what actually will happen? I'll get like this. This actually list 2 of -1 is 16, right? I'll remove the annotations so that it will be even more clear, right? So list 2 of -1 will give me 16. I can also use my range operation in accessing the list elements with some groupings, right? So how can I access using the negative index is I can say -4 colon -1. Yes, I can say like this. So I know that 13 is -4. This is -3. This is -2, and the end index -1. So I should not consider the end index. So my results will be 13, 14, 15. We'll check. Yes, my result is 13, 14, and 15. This is how you will go with the negative indexing with ranges, right? This is with respect to accessing list using ranges, we will call it as slicing, right? We will also have a concept called as striding, which we will be seeing separately when we go on with the concept of strings and the list, right? When we go on to that concept, we will use slicing and striding together. Now, as for now, you can consider this as a slice or range or grouping kind of, right? Now we know how to create a list, how to access a list, how to use negative indexing in list, and how to use the range operation to access elements as a group. We know these things. Now the next concept what we are going to see is functions in list. The first function goes with finding the length of the given list. That is the number of elements present in a list. I just say len of list 2. What is len of list 2? I don't know. It is actually the number of elements in list 2. I'll get it as 7. Why? There are 7 elements. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I got 7 elements in the list, which is actually displayed in the given thing, right? I'm having 7 elements which is getting actually displayed here. So len of function will give me the number of elements in a given list. Right now this is very nice, right? We have actually left one thing in the range which we have dealt in the theory portion. For example, if I leave the start index, if I give like a colon 4, right? I say just colon 4 and I didn't specify the start index. What will happen? My start index will be replaced with the first or index value. What is my first index value? 0. So the starting position will be there. From 0 to n minus 1, that is 4 minus 1, 3. I'll get all the elements. So I'll get 10, 11, and 12 and 13. I'll get that, and that's what the result actually. Similarly, if I didn't specify the end index, I just specify the start index and leave the end index off. Then you start from 3 and print all the elements from 3, index 3. That is the 0, 1, 2, 3. 13 is index 3. So from 13, you print all the elements till the end of the list, right? So I'll get that is the last index will be substituted with len minus 1, right? What is my len? 7. So it will be specified as len here, len of list 2. If you didn't specify, or by default it will be specified as len of list 2. So it will be specified as 7. This is the default thing which the compiler will actually do when you leave it empty, right? This is with respect to that. Now you see the result, you will get all the elements from starting from 13 to end of the list, right? This is with respect to accessing when the start or end index is actually not specified completely, right? We saw a function len, and now we can see some other good functions with list, right? Now first good function we are going to see is how to append a list with another list. Now we know that, let me see what are the list we are actually having. I'm having list 1. Let me display it. Okay, list 1 is actually 1 comma apple comma 1.3, right? List 1 is 1 comma apple comma 1.3. I now display list 2, which is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16, right? Now if I say list 3 is equal to list 1 plus list 2, the basic grouping operation. If I say 5 plus 2, it is 7. If it is list 5 plus list 7, it is actually list 5 comma 7, right? Hope you remember, right? If I do like this, it will do a concatenation or grouping operation, and the result will be stored in a new list which I have assigned, right? My new list is list 3. So what list 3 will have now is, list 3 will have 1 comma apple comma 1.3 comma 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So the contents of list 1 and list 2 are grouped now inside the new list, list 3, right? This is what happened here, right? Whether list 1 or list 2 are existing with the same elements, we need to check that. Just to check list 1, is list 1 is the same content, list 2 is also with the same content. They are not affected by this particular concatenation operation. They have led to the preparation of a new list, which is called as list 3, right? Now we will know that how we are going to group two lists to form a new list. We are actually clear with that. What will make it possible is the plus operator will concatenate two lists to form a new list. Right now, I need some other object-oriented methods to make this possible. Right. So my first method, what I will use is list one dot append of list 2, right? Now you remember what is list 1? We know that list 1 is 1 comma apple comma 1.3, and we know that list 2 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. They're two different lists. I'm saying you append the elements of list 1 with a new list which is list 2, right? I'm saying this. So if you execute this command, what will actually happen is list 1 will get updated with the new list. For example, I'm having 1 apple 1.3 and I'm getting another element in the list which is actually list 2. You need to understand one main thing here, right? The thing is, when you use plus operator, a new list is created called list 3, which is actually having the elements. List 1 and list 2 are remained intact, their elements are not changed. When you create an list 1 dot append, when you execute this command, the original list got changed with the new elements. Now, if you say how many elements are there in this list 1 now, you cannot say that it is having 7 plus 3, 10 elements. It is actually 0th element. First element is apple, second element is 1.3, and the third element is another list which is having 7 elements. So it is actually having the length of 4 only, right? That's a thing to understand here with respect to append. The fourth element is actually a data item. This time the data item is not an integer. The data item is not a string. The data item is not a floating point number. The data item is by itself a list. It is a list data type. So I can call this particular output as list of list. I can call this particular output as list of list. So if I say len of list 1 now, it will be printing me 4. Why? Because its 0th element is 1, first element is apple, second element is 1.3, and third element is a list. That's what we need to understand. If I say list 1 of 3, what is list 1 of 3? The third element is the whole list. You will get the full list actually. See, the full list is being printed because it's entirely is considered as a single element, a list of lists, right? So if I need to access that particular element, list of 3 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I know how to access a single list. This is being list of list. So how I need to access it? List of 3 is giving me a list. In that list, I need the third element or fourth element, say. What is the fourth element here? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 14 is my fourth element. List of 3 will give me the entire list 2, and list 1 of 3 of 4 will give me the particular element in that third items. Click here, I get 14. This kind of access is called as two-dimensional list access. Why? Because you are having a list inside another list, right? You are having a list inside a list, right? So this is actually the case. So you are having a two dimension. If you are having a list inside a list which is inside another list, a three dimension, and so on, right? This is actually simple, right? When we go with large programs, we can go with that. Now this is clear, right? We are having a list inside another list, a two-dimensional access. So I'll go with list 1 of 3 of 4. Similarly, if I say list 1 of 3 of, and if I go with 2, what I will get? 0, 1, 2, I'll get 12. So in this way, I can access the elements, right? But I cannot do this two-dimensional access in 1.3. It is actually a single number. I can do such access in Apple because it is having more elements. We will see the string access separately. We don't want to confuse string in the hands-on session of list, okay? Right? Now this is with respect to multi-dimensional access, and we know how append is actually working. Right now append is very clear. If I do append, the source list will itself get updated with the new list what you are going to append, right? So this is actually going to be like an element updation, not an individual element updation. It is going to be an entire list serving as a single element, a single item. So that's what the important point here, right? Now going with some other different concept, I'll have another type list. Say list of 4 is equal to, say 1 comma 2 comma king. I say king. Okay, I 1 comma 2 comma king. Right? I am having list of 4, and I have list of 5 equal to, I say something like 4 comma queen comma minister. Yes, I can have minister. Yes, I'm having this Android. Right? I'm having list of 4 and list of 5 now. Now going for the next method, list 1, list 4 dot extend. Now this time I'm doing a different operation, extend. List 4 dot extend of list 5. Here also the source list 4 is going to get updated with the contents of list 5, but the elements are not going to get updated entirely as a single item. Here the element is going to be different. See how it is going to look. See, I'm giving 1, 2, king, comma, 4, comma, queen, comma, minister. When it is appended, it actually appended as a list itself, a single item. Now the original list got extended with the number of elements. What it got itself extended. It is not actually appended, right? It is actually getting extended with the number of elements. Now if you say len of list 4, it is now changing from 3 to another 3 elements came into play, so it is 6. That is what the difference between append and extend. If you say append, the entire new set of list or any other data structure will be appended as a single item. But when you go for extend, the entire new kind of list will be included as an extension, right? That's what with respect to extend and append, right? If you say plus, the source list or the destination list will not have any effect. A new list will be created. When you say append, it will be appending as an entire data item. And if you say extend, it will extend like a sequence of elements, right? Now the next thing what we are going to see, the method is insert method. Now I'm having list of 4, right? List of 4 is having 1 comma 2 comma king comma 4 comma queen comma master. I think 1, 2 and 4 is there. I am missing 3. 3 is not available here. I need to put 3 here. So I say list 4 dot insert. I say list 4 dot insert of in I say, for example, I need to have list insert. I need to insert the element 3 in index 2. For in index 2, I need to have the element 3. So what I say, list 4 dot insert of 2 comma 3, right? Now what result I get? You see, I get in the index 2, that is 0th index, first index and second index, I get the element 3 inserted. Now king is moved somewhat further, and in that place I got the element 3. This is with respect to insertion operation in list data structure, right? Similarly, here king is there, queen is there, minister is there. Where is the soldier? I will put a soldier here. List 4 dot insert of maybe soldier can be after minister. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I mean that. So before minister, okay, after queen and before minister, I need the soldier. Just I put 6 comma soldier, right? Yes, I got it. List of 4. Yes, before minister and after queen, I got a soldier, right? So in this way, I can perform insertion operation. The syntax, as we already know, is it is just call the method insert with 2 parameters. One is the index and the other is the element which you need to include. This is 6 is the index and the element is soldier. This is how you need to work with the insert command of lists, right? The next command what you are going to do is, if insertion is there, surely you need to have a deletion or a removal, right? So I'm going to remove list 4 dot remove off, right? I'm going to say list 4 dot remove off. This remove is going to remove an item with a specified element, right? I say that what I can remove is, let me say that I'm going to remove the minister, right? Or let me say what I can remove. I can remove the queen. Yes, I can remove the queen now. Yes, I just remove queen. List 4 dot remove queen. So what will happen? I just print out the list. Yes, queen is gone. I have removed it. Very easy. I have removed the queen. Similarly, I remove 4. Right, list 4 dot remove of 4. I want to remove 4. Right, I just print list 4 dot remove of 4. Yes, oof, 4 is gone. Right, I got the elements removed very easily. Right. So insertion, you specify the position index where it need to get inserted along with the element. When you say removal, just to say the element which is need to be removed, that particular element will be removed, right? So next is there is only one way to remove the element. That's the next question, right? You say the list for dot pop off. This is another way to remove the element. So this list for dot pop off will be removing the elements specified the index. If you specify the index, that particular index element will be deleted. For example, if you say list for dot pop off 3, that is the third index element, king will be removed. If you didn't specify any element in the pop off, it will directly remove the last element. So just to say list for dot pop off minister. Minister is gone now. You just specify list for. Yes, minister is gone. Now just to say list for dot pop off. I'll say 2, right? So what will happen if I say 2? 0, 1, 2. The third number 3 is in the second index, so that will be going out. Yes, I'll get the third number, that is number 3. That element 3 will be going out, and if you see here, 3 is not present in my list. So now you got a clear understanding on how to remove elements from a list. Either you can use the remove method or you can go with pop, right? So anything you can actually do, right? This is actually with respect to remove. We can also do many other operations in a list, right? And the next operation what we are going to see is sorting a list. What is sorting actually? Changing the elements in ascending and descending order. When you go with sorting like methods, it is always advisable to have elements of same data type so that you will not get any errors. So I'll create a new list 6, which is going to have 5 comma 1 comma 2 comma 11 comma 6 comma 8. I'm having like a random sequence of numbers. I need to arrange them in sorted order. So what I will do is I just say list 6 dot sort of. That's it. I just get list 6 printed as it is arranged in sorted order in ascending manner. 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 11. Right. So this is how I got it in ascending order. Now a person comes and say, how can I do it in descending order? It's very simple. What you need, the descending order, right? Just to reverse it, you will get in the descending order. That is, list 1 is already sorted, so I'll take some other list. So I'll go with list 7 is equal to say 8 comma 1 comma 3 comma 2 comma 9 comma 5, right? So I'm having a list like this. Now we need to get it sorted in descending order. So what you will say, just to say list 7 dot sort of, but you need to include a parameter here, that is reverse is equal to true. Just to say list 7 dot sort, but have in mind that you need to reverse it and get. So now reverse is true. So the original thing is it is sorting it in ascending order, but printing the result in reverse order, right? So the reverse of ascending you will get as descending, and I'll get 9, 8, 5, 3, 2, 1. That is the descending order, right? So we know how to sort the list also now, right? What else we don't know about the list, right? We know how to create it, how to access it, how to index it, how to access it in a negative index and positive index and range index, and we know how to insert element into the list, how to remove element from the list, how to pop an element in a list. Then we know how to find the length and the length of a list. We also know to sort a list, and more importantly, I know to combine list using plus operator, append and extend methods. So I know list data structure of Python now. Yes, that's what from the hands-on session. Thank you.